Hello, my dear companion. Before we step together into the space of the wind chime and listen to the story of letting go beneath the moonlit sea, I invite you to spend a few moments in true stillness. Find your most comfortable position, perhaps lying flat on your soft bed or leaning gently against a plush pillow. Feel the weight of your body being supported safely and firmly by the surface beneath you. You don't need to brace yourself. You don't need to hold on to anything. Right now, the outside world with its noise and worries has paused on the other side of the door. There is only you, your breath, and the gentle comfort of this space. Take a deep breath in, feeling the cool air carrying the briny scent of the ocean filling your chest, and then breathe out very slowly, very softly, as if you are shedding every burden from your shoulders onto the fine sand. Each breath is a loosening. Each breath is a footstep, bringing you closer to the inherent peace within your soul. If you love these moments of relaxation, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment to share, and hit the notification bell so we can meet again in every good night's sleep. Thank you for being here. Now, let your mind wander gently toward the Ninh Binh coast at twilight. The sunset at this moment is not dazzling or bright, but a soft, deep crimson draping over the sea, a veil of delicate silk shimmering like crushed gemstones. You are standing on the golden sand, feeling the lingering warmth of the sun seeping through the soles of your feet. That feeling is so warm, so pleasant, like a gentle hug from Mother Earth. Listen, the sound of the waves out there is not noisy, not hurried. It is a steady, rhythmic sound. Re-ra, re-ra, like the breath of a giant sleeping soundly after a long day. The waves wash ashore, gently caressing the small shells, then recede, taking away footprints and sorrows, leaving behind a flat and pristine expanse of sand. Try to synchronize your breath with that rhythm. Inhale as the wave rises, and exhale as the wave retreats toward a vast ocean. This connection makes you feel so small, yet so free, merging into the eternal flow of nature. The sea breeze begins to blow a bit stronger, carrying moisture and a scent of salt, of moss, and of freedom. That wind glides over your skin, taking away the tension accumulating on your forehead, at the corners of your eyes, and even your lips. You feel your face relax, your mind gradually becoming as clear as a windless lake. Above, the skies transitioning from purple to a deep night blue. The first stars begin to twinkle, like whispers from the universe soothing you. Everything will be alright. You did very well today. Now is the time to rest. In the distance, flickering beneath the old whistling pine trees, whispering stories, is the small shop named the Wind Chime. The yellow light from inside cast through the window, creating a warm glow amidst the vast space. You feel a strange pull, an invitation of serenity. Each step you take on the sand is very light, leaving no sound. You are moving toward a place where time seems to stand still, where fame and the noise outside cannot reach. Imagine you are touching the rough bark of the old pine trees. That coarse but real sensation helps you completely ground yourself. You are no longer floating in thoughts of the future or regrets of the past. You are here, right now. Every cell in your body begins to loosen completely. The muscles in your calves, thighs, back, and neck all soften, as if melting into the surrounding space. There is no more resistance, no more carrying, only absolute relaxation. The sound of the glass wind chimes from the shop begins to ring more clearly. They don't chime with sharp noises, but with sounds that are clear, fragile like crystal clinking in the early mist. That lang kang is like a meditation piece, washing away the last layers of dust in your soul. You feel weightless, like a dry leaf slowly falling onto the water's surface, or like a seagull surrendering itself to the lift of the night wind. The space around you now is full of tenderness. The red of the sunset has completely yielded to the silver moonlight gradually rising from the horizon. That moonlight is cool, not dazzling. It covers everything in a still and magical beauty. You find yourself standing before the porch of the wind chime. The scent of old ebony wood mixed with dry palm leaves creates a rustic, familiar fragrance, like the scent of a childhood home. Let yourself immerse completely in this sense of safety. You are protected by the vastness of the sea and the warmth of the small shop. There is no rush, nothing to perform. Your only task right now is to allow yourself to rest, to allow yourself to be no one. In this space, you are not a dedicated employee, not a responsible child, nor someone carrying the world's expectations. You are just a tiny soul returning to your primal heartbeat. The warmth from the silk lanterns hanging on the porch flickers gently, creating rhythmic dancing shadows on the ground. You watch them and feel your eyes beginning to grow heavy. A gentle, natural sleepiness, like night dew, begins to permeate every fiber of your being. This feeling is so sweet, like warm honey flowing slowly in your veins. You know that when you step through that wooden door, you will hear a story meant specifically for those longing to let go and find themselves again. Your breath has now become deeper and more regular than ever. Your chest rises and falls naturally without effort. You feel the presence of Kai, the bartender with deep eyes, who will craft for you a glass of gentle, oblivion with all his understanding. You trust this space completely, this guide. Relaxation has spread from the top of your head down to your toes. You are ready to completely let go of the outside world and enter the world of crystal sounds and moonlit seas. Everything is so blurry, so peaceful. The sound of the waves out there has become a distant background drone, while the wind chimes are as close as a whisper in your ear. You close your eyes in your mind, feeling the gentle vibration of the air. A peace never felt before is enveloping you. Take one last deep breath in this introduction. Feel the life of the ocean and then breathe out, letting your soul melt into the stillness of the Ninh Binh night. We are prepared. Let us walk together through that old wooden door where the true story begins. The wooden door of the wind chime opens with a heavy creak, the sound of time soaked into every grain of wood. Your footsteps leave the fine sand to step onto the worn, cool, and sturdy ebony floor. Immediately, a sense of envelopment rushes in. The space inside the shop is not large, but it gives the feeling of a safe cocoon, a place where every storm of life must stop at the door. The light in the shop is very soft, emitted from lanterns made of handmade paper and seashells, hanging low from the palm leaf ceiling. That light isn't enough to clarify every hidden corner, but it's just enough to create magical highlights and shadows, sheltering those who wish to hide. The scent here is very special. It is a delicate blend of old wood eroded by seawater, the rich aroma of wild forest honey, and the pure freshness of peppermint leaves just crushed. It is unlike any artificial scent in the city. It is the scent of truth, of what belongs to the earth and sky. Behind the long bar, Kai is working quietly. His movements are slow, precise, and rhythmic. His tanned hands glide over glass bottles and silver shakers with the mastery of an artist performing a solo. Kai does not look up when you enter, not because he is indifferent, but because he respects the stillness you bring. He understands that those who seek this place often do not need a boisterous greeting. They need a quiet space to rearrange the broken pieces in their hearts. You choose a secluded corner where there is a worn but extremely comfortable rattan chair. From this position, you can see the rows of wind chimes hanging by the porch. The fragile, transparent glass pieces are handcrafted into the shapes of flower petals of water droplets. Under the silver moonlight reflecting from the sea, they shimmer like tiny souls dancing. The sea breeze glides through and the symphony begins. The clear clinking sounds collide, creating a thin layer of sound that helps you easily detach from the wandering lines of thought. This space is designed to convince your heart that everything can stop. Rankings, numbers, the expectations of loved ones, or the judgment of society all become meaningless before the simple beauty of a wind chime. You look at the gentle oblivion cocktail Kai, just placed on the bar for a guest in the distance. Its pale rainbow hue glistens under the lamp, like it contains an entire miniature starry sky. Every movement in the shop seems to be in slow motion. The sound of water pouring into the glass, the sound of ice hitting the crystal walls, the sound of someone's relieved sigh, all blend into a peaceful flow, washing away the jagged edges of your soul. Look closely at the wooden walls of the shop. They are not smooth, but full of scratches, marks of salt, wind, and time. But those very imperfections create a unique beauty, making this space feel warm and trustworthy. Here, perfection is not welcome, only sincerity exists. You feel the warmth from the ginger tea placed beside you, the warmth spreading from your palms to your arms, then deep into your chest. That warmth is like a reminder that you are still loved, no matter how lost you may feel. Outside, the boundary between the sea and the sky has completely blurred. Only a deep night blue remains, vast and mysterious. The steady sound of the waves still echoes like a clock of the universe counting the pulse of silence. You realize that in this space you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to be beautiful. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be successful. You just need to be yourself, a small grain of sand in the ocean, a small wind chime in the vast forest. This sense of safety begins to permeate your mind, causing the last defensive barriers to lower. You find yourself ready to listen to the story of Luna and Oscar, people who, like you, are bringing their own sorrows to this little shop. Their presence in this space does not make you feel disturbed. On the contrary, it creates a silent connection. We are all travelers on a journey seeking peace. Now, let your eyes drowsily follow the wind chimes swaying on the porch. Each vibration is an invitation for you to sink deeper into relaxation. The space of the wind chime is now like a small boat, gently taking you away from the shores of worry into the sea of good sleep and healing dream. Breathe in the scent of wood and the sea, letting it soothe your tense nerves. You are in the right place. You are safe. You are being heard by the very silence of this space. In the gentle darkness of the wind chime, time seems no longer measured in minutes and seconds, but by the heartbeats of souls seeking healing. Kai, with hands accustomed to shaping flavors, stands there as a silent guardian of lost souls. He looks at Luna, the woman the whole world is cheering for. But in this moment, she is just a tiny being trembling before her own storm. The way Luna holds her cocktail is not the enjoyment of a connoisseur, but the way a drowning person clings to the only life buoy. The drop of seawater from the furthest wave that Kai added to the drink is not just an ingredient, it is a symbol of vastness, where every pain becomes small. Luna looks deep into the water, shimmering with pale rainbow colors. Her breath gradually slowing, she begins to tell her story, her voice no longer the soaring voice on the stage, but broken whispers, like the sound of glass clinking under the porch. They love me, Kai, Luna says, her eyes never leaving the water in the glass. But they love the image of me on that poster more than they love me. They love the perfection I have to struggle to perform every day. I'm afraid every time I wake up, afraid that I won't have enough strength to smile, afraid that one day they will realize I'm just an ordinary girl full of wounds. Kai silently wipes another glass. His movements are steady like a ritual. He does not interrupt, letting the silence envelop his self-compassions. He knows that sometimes silence has more healing power than 10,000 hollow words of comfort. He sets the glass down, looking straight into Luna's eyes, deep night eyes containing the empathy of the ocean. Luna, Kai speaks, his voice deep and warm like a cello. The waves out there, they don't try to be beautiful, they just break, because that is their nature. You are the same. How calm. Glowing is like sea foam, white and brilliant, but it vanishes as soon as it touches the shore. The only thing that remains after the foam melts is the deep ocean. You must find the ocean within yourself, instead of trying to hold on to ephemeral sea foam. At that moment, Oscar enters. His appearance brings a different air, realistic, cold, yet also heavy. The Canon camera around his neck is like a third eye, always observing and judging. When Luna recognizes Oscar, the space seems to freeze. The terror in her eyes is the truest emotion Oscar has ever seen through his lens in over a year. He has followed her across thousands of miles, photographed her at her most magnificent angles. But this is the first time he sees her without the defense of a star. The click of the camera echoes, breaking the fragile stillness. It is a moment of confrontation between truth and intrusion. Luna cries, silent tears rolling down her hollow cheeks, smudging her light makeup. She feels like a cornered animal, where even the secluded shop in Ninh Binh cannot shelter her. But Oscar, instead of evading or continuing to work heartlessly, stands there with a face distorted by a secret pain. Kai steps out from behind the bar. He doesn't use force, only calm to control the situation. When he takes Oscar's camera, it is not the act of a protector, but of someone helping another person look back at themselves. On the camera screen, the photos are not cheap scandal images. They are portraits of loneliness. Oscar didn't photograph a singer named Luna. He photographed a human being who was exhausted. Why did you keep them? Kai asks, his voice carrying no judgment. Oscar looks down at his hands, fingers that have pressed the shutter tens of thousands of times for huge rewards. I don't know, he confesses, his voice raspy. At first, I just wanted to finish the job, but the more I followed her, the more I realized I was seeing myself, a person also running away, also using something for her voice, for me, the lens to hide the emptiness inside. I kept these photos because they are the only things that make me feel like I'm truly living, truly observing something authentic in this fake world. Luna stops crying. She looks at Oscar, this time not with hatred, but with a painful curiosity. Two people, one standing before the stage lights and one standing behind the lens, turn out to be sharing the same torment. They are both prisoners of expectation and fame. Kai leads them to the back of the shop, where the wind chimes are singing the sea breeze symphony. Under the silver moonlight, the space seems to open up. Kai points to the sea, where the white-capped waves are constantly hitting the shore. Look, he says, the ocean doesn't need anyone to recognize it for it to be the ocean. It still comforts, it's still deep, it's still free even if no camera records it, no audience watches. We have spent too much time living for the eyes of others that we forget our souls only truly grow when we are alone with ourselves. Oscar picks up the camera, his hands slightly trembling. He looks at Luna through the screen one last time. Then he does something no paparazzi has ever done. He sets it to delete. One by one, photos that could be worth a fortune vanish into nothingness. He deletes the control, deletes the intrusion, and deletes the burden he has placed on her shoulders for a year. When the final image disappears, he feels a gentle electric current run along his spine. It is the feeling of liberation. I won't delete this photo, Oscar says, pointing to an image of Luna sitting quietly looking at the sea without a hint of a star's glow. I will keep it, not on the camera, but in my memory, so that every time I feel like I'm about to lose myself, I will remember that there was a night under this moon where I learned how to let go. Luna smiles. It's not a rehearsed smile for the press, but the smile of someone who has just shed a heavy suit of armor. She holds the ocean night peace glass Kai just brought out. The light rum blends with fresh coconut water and vanilla aroma, spreading in her mouth, carrying the feeling of a peaceful summer afternoon under a frangipani tree. She feels the white frangipani paddle bobbing on the water, pure and weightless. The three of them sit there, no one saying another word. The glass wind chimes at this moment no longer sound like children's laughter, but like whispers of the past gradually fading. Each lan can is a knot being untied. Luna feels her shoulders lighten, her breath merging completely with the sound of the waves. She realizes she doesn't need to disappear to find peace. She just needs to stop trying to be someone else. Night gradually turns to morning. The moonlight has turned to a milky white, gently covering the sand. The tension between Luna and Oscar has completely vanished, replaced by a silent understanding. They are no longer a star and a stalker, but two souls who found each other amidst the vast ocean of life. Kai still stands there, like a calm lighthouse, witnessing the miraculous transformation of two souls. He knows that tomorrow, when the sun rises, they might have to return to their world, but they will no longer be the people of yesterday. They have learned what it means to let go. This story has no dramatic plot twists, no soul-crushing climaxes. It is simply a flow of the realization that fame is fleeting, and true freedom lies in allowing oneself to be vulnerable, to be ordinary, and to be anonymous. In the wind chime, under Kai's guidance, Luna and Oscar learned the greatest lesson of life, that sometimes the bravest thing we can do is let go of everything to just be ourselves. Now, let the image of the three people sitting under the moonlight, raising a glass to simple things, soak into your mind. Feel the relief spreading from your chest throughout your body. Your worries are just like the photos Oscar deleted. They no longer have any power over you. You are safe in the tolerance of the Ninh Binh night sea. Let the wind chimes continue to lull your final thoughts, preparing for a total disappearance into a deep sleep. As the night grows late, the boundary between reality and dream begins to blur like ink stains on blotting paper. In the space of the wind chime, there seems to be no more distinction between the sound of the waves rustling outside and the calm heartbeat of those sitting inside. Everything is gradually merging together, forming a unified whole of absolute stillness. The three glass cups clink softly, producing a subtle sound that blends with the swaying wind chimes. Luna looks at the reflection of the moon in her drink. She sees her face no longer showing the exhaustion of a star, but a strange serenity. Oscar's presence is no longer a threat, and Kai's silence is no longer distance. They have become part of each other in this moment, like grains of sand lying on the same beach, with no need to compete for the tide's attention. The sense of who I am is gradually vanishing. Luna feels her voice is no longer a tool to make money or entertain, but it is melting into the sea breeze, becoming part of the ocean's sound. Oscar feels his eyes are no longer a prying camera lens, but eyes that know how to feel the beauty of simplicity. And Kai, he is still there, melting into the shadows of the ebony bar, like an invisible link keeping everything from being swept away too fast. All pressure, all fame, all fear of judgment is gradually evaporating like mist as the sun is about to rise. You who are listening to this story are also feeling that miraculous interweaving. The worries of today, the plans for tomorrow, all are becoming weightless and faint. Your mind now is like the Ninh Binh sea tonight, still, vast, and containing a great healing power. You no longer see yourself as a separate individual fighting the world, but as a part of this peaceful flow. Feel the vanishing of the muscle blocks in your body. Your hands become weightless. Your breath merges with the cool breeze carrying the salt taste of the sea. There is no longer any anchor to cling to, because you are floating in an absolutely safe space. The wind chimes on the porch still ring steadily, but now they sound like whispers from deep within the subconscious, saying it is time for everything to pass, for the soul to be truly free. Every image of the little shop, of Kai, of Luna and Oscar is fading, leaving only the peace creeping into every cell, preparing to lead you into a state of total unconsciousness. Now, let every final image of the wind chime gradually recede into the hazy mist of memory. The space around you at this moment is only a gentle, velvety darkness. The wind chimes still ring, but the sound now feels very distant, as if it is emanating from a deep place within, where silence is the only language. You are standing at the threshold of a very deep, very peaceful sleep, where the soul is allowed to rest completely after weary journeys. Listen to your own breath. It has become very slow, very light, as natural as the breath of the sea at night. Each time you exhale, a mist of relaxation covers your mind, blurring the last remaining thoughts. You no longer need to try to understand, no longer need to remember anything. The story of Kai, Luna, and Oscar has completed its mission, which was to open a path for you back to yourself. Fame, recognition, or daily pressures are now just tiny dust particles carried far, far away by the sea breeze. True freedom, as Luna realized, is not being seen by the whole world, but being allowed to exist without needing to be seen. You are existing here in the protection of the night, with no audience, no words of praise. You are beautiful and valuable by this very pure presence. The heavy feeling of your eyes has now become an absolute comfort. You no longer want to open your eyes, because the world inside you right now is more brilliant and peaceful than any reality. Imagine you are lying on a small boat with no oars, no sails, letting the peaceful current carry you. That boat is drifting toward the ocean of deep sleep. There are no big waves, no harsh winds, only the gentle, comforting bobbing. Every part of your body, from your toes, calves, hips, back to your shoulders and the top of your head, has completely sunk into stillness. You are melting, truly melting into this infinite space. If you wake up tomorrow feeling fresher and lighter, it is because tonight you learned how to let go. Don't forget to come back here, share your feelings in the comments, and connect with our community. Your interaction is the motivation for me to continue weaving these healing spaces. But that is a matter for tomorrow. For now, your only task is to sleep, a very deep sleep, without dreams, a complete rest that you absolutely deserve. The glass wind chimes ring one last time. Then, can, then silence. The sea still comforts. Row, row. Good night, my dear companion. Let the darkness embrace you. Let the ocean of peace welcome you into its heart. Sleep well. Sleep very well.